Day 23 brings us the question, how can we tap into our inner strength more consistently? And 3 cards came out for this particular question today. And this deck is the Trust Your Vibes Oracle cards from Sonia Choquette, which is actually my first deck of cards I ever had. And got me kind of to where I am before I started buying new ones and finding new messages and exploring and extending my skill set. So, how can we tap into our inner strength more consistently? The first card that came out is it's a team effort. And so you see these outlets, you think of plugging in, and you see multiple. So this card is really telling you to plug into your tribe more. Your own vibes are looking to collaborate with other like-minded sixth sensory people, okay? And we probably already have a little bit of an idea of who our tribe is. It may only consist of 1 or 2 people. It could consist of a group of 20 people. It could consist of a larger group, and that's okay. Your tribe is going to look and feel exactly how your tribe should look and feel. So when it comes time to plugging in, it's a matter of remembering and knowing that you're not alone. You're not all by yourself. And while our journeys are unique, they are our own, there are others out there with similar journeys and similar paths. And it takes each other sometimes to evolve and give these paths a new spin, a new direction, a new fork in the road to go down and investigate and explore. And that's really what this life is all about, is exploration, digging in and finding out who we are, what we are, and playing with that. It's playing. So sometimes we have to plug in. We kind of have to send up some signals. And sometimes we do that by reaching out and letting others know where we are on our path, getting excited about what we're doing and what we're experiencing. So, open your door. Let these other like-minded beings find you by sharing, by getting excited, and showing up authentically as you are. Let's see. The next card here is listen to your heart. Sounds kind of self-explanatory, but sometimes the obvious is not quite as obvious as we think it should be. And as explained by my dearest friend Jennifer Hall, who is a well-known intuitive in the Dallas area and worldwide, actually, as I was sitting with her the other day and a client, she had brought up that the heart chakra, it's a filter. And so knowing that and listening to that and realizing how we are able to filter through multiple areas of our life, but what resonates and what doesn't, and what's true and what isn't, it's really powerful. And we have to remember that tuning into our inner strength, listening to our inner strength more consistently, it's going to involve trusting our vibes, trusting what's going through our heart center. It's going to take, some quiet time, right? Tuning in, maybe it's taking a few deep breaths. It's really just focusing your attention on the beat of your own heart. Just listen to it. Maybe feel it out a little bit and see what comes up for you. Trust whatever comes up, whatever happens, whatever feelings come up. Just trust that and see what resonates. Go with the flow of that. And don't censor or discount any experience that comes up from doing this. This is a practice. It gets stronger each time that you do this. It's almost a type of meditation in a way. And so if you're looking to explore meditation differently or in a new way or for the first time, it's a matter of going in and listening. It's a matter of going in and making this practice. And maybe you just touch your wrist and find your heartbeat and quiet in and listen to the thump, thump, thump for a few minutes, maybe 60 seconds. No judgment, no rules. I guess maybe there's one rule. Try it. Go do it. See what comes up. The last card here is get a new story, and it sounds pretty abrupt. It's pretty like matter of fact. And you know, you see here new growth coming out, a new bud, a new bloom. You have a timer up here, and it's really about releasing the old stagnant stories that you've been telling yourself or someone's been telling you your whole life that you've been holding on to, that you've outgrown. You've outgrown it. It's putting you in a rut. Maybe you're not moving forward through this story, and it's time to do so. This is your call to action through all of this, right? Is get a new story, create a new one, make that an action. There is no reason that you should have to ever define yourself by the impressions of others, the perspective of others, the judgment of others. That's their story. They're reflecting onto you, and they're trying to make that true for you so that they don't have to face the truths of themselves. So stop letting that happen. Set that boundary now. Recognize how attached you are to these beliefs of others and how you've adopted them as your own. Release these old tired stories, the pain, the suffering, the victimhood, the frustrations, and see how you can recreate a new version of yourself, a new version of your story. Start with a new chapter. Watch how this new chapter evolves the entire history of the whole story that's been created since birth. And, you know, do it for yourself. Because as you create this new chapter, this new story, you'll start to see that some of the old characters fall to the side. There is no place for them any longer. There was a place for them, and now that's over. And so now we're coming up to the climax of the story, and we're ready to see what happens next. Maybe there's new characters. Maybe there's new places. Maybe there's new goals. So what does that look like for you? Do yourself and those around you a favor. Let's cut the bad vibes. Let's cut off from the old and make space for the new. New moon is coming up in a few days, and the vibes are high. I'm excited for it. I'm ready to see what's ready to come in and take the place of the old, because I'm cutting loose of the old and setting that space. So allow yourself to connect to your higher guidance, new positive vibrations, by releasing some of the old. And let's see what happens. So that's it. That's how we're going to tap into our inner strength more consistently, plugging into our tribe more. Not only that, but there's a lot of power in being alone and listening to ourselves, plugging back into your heart center, and then letting that help you create a new chapter so that your story takes a whole new meaning of magic. I love you tons, and I can't wait to catch up with you and touch base on what's going to come up for us next.